Now look, I ain't gonna lie, I would be that guy who would take a stupid job that clearly might get me killed because I need some money. I would be that guy. But even I, while watching this movie, realized that, Lord, don't take this job. In Caveat, we follow Isaac. He is struggling for money, and I mean really struggling for money, to the point that his landlord offers him a job to go off on this island, and every day he stays there, he'll pay him like $200 to look out for this girl who has a lot of medical conditions wrong. And not only while he's there, he has to wear a harness that restricts him from going into certain rooms. Isaac, thinking about the money and not about the fact that he's probably going to die, accepts yes. And we explore this house with Isaac and all of its horror. Now Caveat is a new Shudder original film, and one that I had on my radar mainly because I really liked the trailer for this film, and there's a creepy bunny, and to me that was all I needed in order to get me to press play. And this movie, y'all, is polarizing, to the point that I wouldn't be surprised if some people give this a 1 out of 5, some give it a 5 out of 5, some give it a 3.5 out of 5. This movie is creepy as hell. It's effective when it comes to its horror. Just don't ask me to explain any of the logic behind it. Now look, yes, Isaac takes this job, and it's one of those movies where you're not a kid, you can't get away with the dumb decisions. You're a grown-ass adult. Okay, why are you taking this job? Logic behind why he gets there is going to take some suspension of disbelief. But also, I almost feel like maybe his dumb decision to get him there is kind of the point, especially with some revelations that happen later on in the movie. If you want to get the full effect of this movie, you're going to have to suspend disbelief, especially in the first half of this movie. When it comes to the horror, this movie was effective as hell. I was legitimately creeped out, scared. At times, I even screamed, "Oh no, don't do that, don't go there." Even though it was a slow, progressive horror film, it very much had me glued from the very opening shot with that fucking creepy ass bunny. This movie taps into some claustrophobia, and I love that the film, if you're going to talk about claustrophobia, you need to shoot it like it's claustrophobic. And the fact that Isaac is restricted to certain rooms really does make it feel like you're sinking in. Now, none of the scares in this movie are technically original. You've seen them done all before, but the execution of them, and laced with the creepy atmosphere and the presentation, gives this movie its own certain identity. There's even a few silent jump scares, which are insanely difficult to pull off, and this movie pulls them off. Final act of this movie, scary as hell. And I really felt like the director did a great job at just playing around with very little. I also really liked the performance of the main actor. You really buy his horror, and when he's walking around, he's like shaking, and at times, and it's very effective. We don't see enough men truly scared in horror these days. Men have always had to be portrayed as stoic, and if they've got some sort of horror going on, they have to fix it themselves half the time. So a lot of times, men, when they are scared, it's almost done for like a comedic moment. So it was nice to watch a horror movie that had a male center lead who was scared shitless, and you felt that he was scared shitless. Overall, don't ask me to explain any logic behind Caveat, because most of it doesn't make sense. But what does make sense is how effective it will be in terms of horror. It's a slow burn horror film, but if you know where to look, you'll find the scares, and it's effective as hell. And I had a great time watching this one. As the score goes, I'm going to give Caveat a 3.5 out of 5. If you had the chance to watch this on Shudder, let me know in the comment section below. I definitely feel like this is going to be very divisive with people. Some people aren't going to get behind the logic. Some people are going to want a little bit more resolution. Some people are not going to find this scary at all. And some people are going to be completely absorbed by this film. I want to know where you land. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And until next time, I'm the Slash Movier, and you guys have just been slashed.